For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to a really spectacular special focus program for you today. We've got some very, very interesting people. Deb Johnson's going to be along from St. Clair County Community Mental Health. Representative from Quota Club talking about the Salmon Stakes, which is just around the corner. And then from Marine City, we'll be talking about the Titanic Connection in Michigan, and they're going to have a big ceremony. But to begin the program, we're going to meet again with Dr. Rebecca Brown from the School for Strings in Port Huron. Welcome back to Focus.
Thank you. Nice to be
see
here.
You. You were here a couple years ago.
That's right.
We had some exciting performers, and you've got some things that are happening now in May that you want to tell the people about. What's coming up?
We're doing a special musical. It's an original musical for young children, and it's called the Magical Musical Toy Box. So in this program, or in the show, the toys are bored when all the children are at school or asleep. So to fill up their time, they play music and sing and dance.
Oh my God.
So everyone in the cast is a toy, including me.
And what is your role?
I'm Miss Peregrine, who runs the Home for Peculiar Children.
Ooh, and are you a scary person?
I don't think so. Well,
No?
ask them, maybe I am.
Yeah. But that's in a different situation when you are the headmaster or director of the school. That's when you're tough. But how many students do you have? How long has the school been going on?
Well, since 2000, so this is our 18th year, and we have 36 students.
Isn't that wonderful? And you have young people, you have adults, you have a little bit of everything.
We do. Our youngest student right now is 4 years old.
4 years old.
And he's one of the stars of this musical.
The violin's bigger than he is.
Not quite.
Not
he has
quite?
a tiny violin.
He's just a little bit. Okay, why don't we, you brought a video along of a trip. Where was the trip?
Scotland.
Scotland, and when was that?
It was in 2016. We took, I think, 20 people about to Scotland, did a tour, 7 cities, 9 performances.
Okay. Well, why don't we roll that, and then we're going to switch to our other set and meet all of the violinists and the entertainers and hear a performance from you. Is that all right?
Great.
Why don't we roll that right now? So what we've got here is the School for Strings, and they are in many, many varied costumes. Let's go down the line with this handheld microphone here, which is not handheld, and meet you. Who are you, and what are you playing?
Hi, I'm Sean Mazzarelli, and I'm playing Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Was it a typecast? Are you a Wonder Woman in real life?
Yes.
Good. All righty. Next we have
My name is Katie Shank, and I'm a Scottish doll.
a Scottish doll. Okay, very good.
My name is Hannah Heithoff, and I'm Jasmine.
Okay. And next over here.
I'm Ella Heithoff, and I'm a cowgirl.
Okay, and down here, let me get out of the way.
I'm Liam Thompson, and I'm Sheriff Woody.
Okay, Sheriff. And in the back there, we have...
I'm Maureen Mazzarelli, and I'm a giraffe.
No,
Yes,
really?
I know,
I
yeah.
couldn't have figured that out.
I'm a short giraffe.
A short giraffe. And over here,
I'm Nancy Kriesel, and I'm from the Thomas Train series. I'm Sir Topham Hatt.
toot toot. Hiding in the corner over here.
I'm Grace Mason. I'm a cat.
Okay, a cat too. All right, so I'm going to step out of the way and let you guys play us a number. And this just is a gorgeous picture. We thank you so much for coming here today. Go ahead. Beautiful, beautiful. You guys have got a concert coming up, Magical Music Toy Box, Saturday, May the 5th at 10 and 7, and Sunday, May the 6th at 2 o'clock at the Salvation Army Citadel in Port Huron. And it should be great acoustics and a great place to see a show like this. How many total characters are there?
22.
22 in the cast.
Yes.
That's really wonderful. Why don't you give us another short number here and we'll let you get back into rehearsal. Here we go. what a performance there by the School for Strings right here on the Focus program. Now we've got another lady who's going to give us a song. You're going to do a solo.
I'm pretty sure you will lose your entire audience if I do that.
Deb Johnson from St. Clair County Community Mental Health has returned, and she is always a bright spot in our programming. Welcome back.
Thank you, Paul. Glad to be here, always.
Good. What's up?
Well, April is Autism Awareness Month, so I thought we could talk a little bit about that.
Have I seen blue lights all over and flags and?
Well, actually, you've seen the pinwheels and the blue ribbons. Those are related to Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention Awareness Month. But also, that's the color blue. That blue is that color too. Blue is also the color for autism. And then we have done a lighted up blue campaign, and so we have blue lights on trees in front of our building that you'll see at nighttime. And then also it's a puzzle piece, is like kind of the symbol for autism awareness. And we're selling these great ribbons. They're only $2. And I had mine on yesterday, and of course I didn't wear it today.
We'll forgive you. We'll forgive you.
But yeah, so that's for autism awareness. And autism is it's a neurological developmental disability. Generally appears before the age of 3, and it impacts the brain, normal development in areas like social interaction, communication skills, and cognitive functioning. And
there was just a news story this week about a young man with autism, who built the largest Lego Titanic ship in the world.
Wow.
And he's got, I think it was 28 feet long or some wonderful number like that. We better get him here down to Marine City to the Titanic
right, maybe he could bring his, And that's true sometimes with kids with autism. Sometimes there's certain areas where they're incredibly proficient in. And so, just like you remember Dustin Hoffman in The Rain Man, he had this super accelerated math skills to figure out gambling and all that stuff. But anyways, that's not super typical, I don't think.
So,
but autism does affect 1 in 68 kids now. You probably heard all those commercials, like what's the likelihood of being a race car driver, being a designer. Ralph Lauren has, I think, somebody in his family, and I can't remember the race car driver's name, but somebody in his niece has autism. But anyways, unfortunately, it's on the rise. Like diagnosing that has been on the continual rise. There's currently 3.5 million Americans that are somewhere on the autism spectrum. And again, it can vary from kind of mild to much more severe, significant, things like that. And while there's no cure for autism, it's not a hopeless condition, especially with early intervention, and that's one of the things I can talk about. We have a great program. It's called our ABA program, which is Applied Behavior Analysis. And the earlier you can get kids in, the better it will be in the long run. We have a center-based program for kids 18 months to 6 years old, and then we have additional services up to the age of 21. So that is, it's going really well. And I think I might have talked about it on one of the shows in the past, but we used to be located at Guadalupe Center.
Correct.
But now we had to move out of there. So now we're in the most west building on the Baker campus.
Oh,
and
okay.
we renovated that. So that's where our center-based program is. And even though one thing that it's frustrating for us, and I know it is for other parents in our community that have kids with autism but have private insurance, we can't provide services to those kids. Our mandate is kids with Medicaid or no insurance, but we do have an autism support group for parents, and any parent of a child with autism can be in that group. And one of the things, we do different teaching, sometimes they do some teaching things like help give strategies to parents to use with their kids. So even if they're not getting services from us, there's a lot of benefit to still participating in that group.
Okay.
So.
All right, what else we got this month?
Well, we also have, we have, it's right in front of my face. We have this Allison Byton, she's coming in to speak next week on Thursday, April 26th. She's doing 2 sessions. She is not only a professional in the area of working with kids with autism. She has a BCBA, that's like the highest certification that we're always looking for people with that certification to work with kids with autism. But anyway, so she has a BCBA. She's written a couple of books, and she also happens to be the mother of 3 boys with autism.
Wow, what a challenge.
Yeah, and there are different levels of autism, so she can speak, and she will be speaking from a personal perspective as a parent, and then also as a professional. So there's 2 sessions. One of them is called 5 Key Steps for Supporting a Person with Autism. That's next Thursday, like I said, from 6 to 8 at Community Mental Health. We might have a few slots left. We were opening it up to about 160 people, and it had been filling up fast, but I think we have a couple of slots, and people can call our administration to register. And then there's also a daytime one from 2 to 5. It's a little bit more geared for professionals. The evening's more geared for parents, but anybody could go to either session. We're not restricting that. But that's a 2 to 5 session, and again, they could contact CMH to register.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you're always busy. May's just around the corner. You got stuff coming up then too, don't you? That you're gonna
We
talk
sure do. May 1st, because it's always the first Tuesday in May, is our annual recognition event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that is happening at Alexander's in Marysville. It's open to the public. Even if you didn't get a personal invitation, consider this an invitation.
Okay.
You just have to call our office and RSVP that you'd be
I'm
coming.
bringing 100 people.
Just RSVP and pay for them. It's not a very big fee. I can't remember. I think it's $12 or $15 a person. We have there's great appetizers, and then we have a short program. But the best part about the program is it's mostly about recognizing people. It's recognizing the kids who won our contest. So we, Connor Fleury won the poster contest from St. Clair High School. So hopefully he'll be there and his family to receive his award and recognition. You'll be seeing his winning poster on everything. There'll be a billboard. We'll have the posters made. We used it for our invitation. And when our annual report comes out,
What an honor. That's great.
it'll be there. And then Emma Trombley she's a middle school student. She wrote the winning essay, and it is fabulous. I can't believe the level of insight for somebody that age. It's really good, and that will be printed in the annual report too. People can read it, but she'll be there to get her award. And then Marcia Haynes is our Community Service Award recipient. Marcia Haynes, I would credit her with the one that started the Alzheimer's Dementia Committee of St. Clair County. And then Blue Water Community Action Agency, led by Melinda Johnson, is our community organization. And they've just done a lot of great things. They're a great partner. The most recent great thing was they leased us the space, at Baker College. They're in the process of trying to purchase Baker College to consolidate all the Head Start. So we have a lease, and then it will transfer to them when they are able to purchase the building. And then Mike Eckert, editor of Times Herald. Times Herald has been pretty good to us in the last several years. They publish all my opinion articles, and then they also have done some other great articles, and they've been accurate representations for the most part of the stuff that we do, and so we appreciate that accurate
so those
reporting.
are a great group of people.
Yeah.
All righty, and then you'll be back next month, and we're going to go over the Fleury. We'll show the Fleury award and the other awards for the contest.
Maybe we can get him here. I don't know.
Yeah, let's do that.
And maybe our young writer as well.
Let's do
so I'll
both.
try to do that.
Okay.
Thank
Deb
you.
Johnson, always a pleasure to see that great smile of yours.
Thank you.
Coming up next, the Quota Club of Port Huron has got a real function in the community. We're going to hear about that and hear how they're raising money to support that. We'll be right back. Club in Port Huron, Michigan, by the name of the Quota Club. It's been around for a long, long time. There was a wonderful woman by the name of Helen David that was involved in that for years and years and years, and always did great things. That effort continues with a younger generation of people. One of those is Laura Kendrick Goodwin. Nice to meet you officially on the Focus program.
Thanks, Paul.
Many people have seen you in another capacity with a captain's hat on that wonderful boat. They call it a boat, don't they?
They do.
The Huron Lady. You are the female captain once in a while.
I am.
And your other responsibilities are at Pollock Randall Funeral Home.
Correct.
So you're a busy, busy person.
I like to have varied interests.
Yeah.
So,
Talk to me about Quota Club.
Well, Quota Club has been around since 1952 in Port Huron, a network of business and professional women that get together. We are a 501c3 organization, and specifically we focus on helping individuals that are hearing impaired, also disadvantaged.
I used to do to Helen. Pardon?
also disadvantaged women and children. So we do a lot of different things in the community, from installing the hearing loops at the new convention center at McMorran that help people who, don't have as severe of hearing disabilities, but that they can go to a show there or a concert and hear a little bit better. And then helping people with hearing aids, cochlear implants, service dogs, all kinds of different things in the community.
I think a couple of years ago we had somebody from Quota Club down, and they were working on with a student at I think Marine City High School, trying to alleviate some of their problems, and it worked out, and it was great support.
Yes, we've had, we have a special interest in kids, and especially with hearing difficulties and other difficulties. We've sent some kids to camp, camp for deaf and hearing impaired individuals, helped them again, with animals or with implants or things that really greatly increase their quality of life. We've helped deaf athletes.
There's a swimmer here from St. Clair that did
has gone
great
to
things
like
and
world
championships.
Yep.
And she's got a really hearing disability, but she gets along. No, she does. She's setting world records. You brought along some pictures of a project called Salmon Steaks, and it's how you guys raise money.
Correct.
Let's take a look at some of those things. Lexi, that's your logo.
That is
Quota
our logo.
International. And if people want to get a hold of you guys, how do they do that?
Well, we have a Facebook page, so that's a good way.
Quota Club in Port Huron.
Quota Club of Port Huron. Quota International of Port Huron, I believe.
This fella is one of the guys, one of the winners of the salmon steak?
He's pretty happy with that fish.
Wow.
Yep. So we partnered several years ago with the Blue Water Sport Fishing Association.
Yeah.
And they have held the salmon steaks for many years. This is actually going to be the 40th anniversary.
That's huge.
Yes. Yep.
Many
Some beautiful fish.
Many people will remember Chuck Muir, and he started it at the River Crab when he was alive and here.
Correct.
Long time ago, and now it still continues.
Yep.
So then it's fishing for the adults, for
Correct.
people. Now, what do you have activities for children too?
We do. So on Saturday the 28th, I'm sure we're going to talk more about the details there, but the whole family we encourage to come down. It's now held at the Voyager.
Okay.
The fishing takes place in the morning. So from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. the fishermen will be out fishing. But then starting at about noon, I would encourage you to say maybe 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock is the prime time to come down to the Voyager, and that's
Look
when
at that guy. He's having fun.
it's when we weigh the fish, and we have blow-ups for the kids. We have minnow races. He was just participating in the minnow race. There's the inflatables. We have face painting. Our junior Quota Club we started a few years ago with students from the local high schools, so they run all of the kids activities, and kids just have a ball down there.
Face painting.
Face painting, minnow races, other little games, and then the bounce houses. There's prizes specifically for the kids. Then we've got the big raffle for the adults, lots of raffle prizes that you can buy tickets for and win lots of cool fishing stuff, but just outdoors stuff. We're ladies, so we like some of the, spa packages and things like that, so all kinds of different.
Well, it's a good group. As you said, the date is whatever month this is, April 28th, and it's all day Saturday, but noon to 4 is probably a pretty good time to come down with your kids and use the bouncy houses and just learn everything and see the fish.
Exactly. And so we are also selling tickets to be in the main raffle here. So again, the Blue Water Sport Fishing Association has those at Anderson's Probate and the Voyager. We also have them at Warwick Mask. But this $10 ticket enters you into the fishing competition. So if you want to fish, all you need is this $10 ticket. However, if you don't want to fish, you can buy the ticket, get in for the grand prize raffle, has awesome prizes, and it also gets you $10 off your dinner at the Voyager.
Isn't that wonderful on Mike Laporte's part?
Several, and then also the Windjammer in Lexington. Some other restaurants have kind of joined in. So Windjammer, Lynch's, Black River Country Club, the Green Barn Winery, Curves, and Anderson's Probate. Yeah. So you buy this $10 ticket and you can actually use it like 7 times and get your money back 7 times.
That's a pretty good deal.
It's the best deal in town.
Better than the stock market.
It is. It is.
The date is August the 20, or I'm going to change the month of this event.
Yep.
April the 28th in the afternoon at the Voyager parking lot, and it's free to come down and see everything, but buy your $10 ticket and maybe you win some.
Yeah, yep. And again, we talked a little bit about what Quota does, but the Blue Water Sport Fishing Association has been involved in so many things in the area, from the fish cleaning stations that are right by our dock at the Huron Lady is one of them.
And there's one here in St. Clair too.
Yep, and also up in Lexington, I believe. They have rods and reels and tackle boxes at the libraries, the local libraries that people can check out. And just all kinds of stuff with fish habitat, helping the lake and the river get as healthy as possible. So,
river is in better shape though.
It is, and they're seeing some big fish coming out of the lake and river, which really says things about the state of our environment. Yeah. So, it's just if you come out and support us, you're supporting some great organizations that do wonderful things in the area.
Nice to meet you. You
Thank
do great
you.
work in all of your jobs, all of the hats that you wear.
Hope to see everybody on the 28th.
We'll do that. We'll be right back with our next guest. Oh. That's really been busy lately is a wonderful place on the river called Marine City, Michigan. Joining us now are the Mike Hoffs and the Miss Turner. Captain Kim Turner, nice to see you. Welcome back to Focus.
Hi, good to see you.
Maggie Mykoff, the leader of the King, and the King is here. Hi, Dan.
Hi, how you doing, Paul?
You guys are here to celebrate all things Titanic.
Yes.
What is happening? You've been working your head off in the last couple of years to celebrate a tragedy. Talk to me about it.
Well, we started out 3 years ago with the idea to do a Michigan Titanic Memorial. Michigan didn't have one. We had 69 passengers that was aboard.
69 people?
Yes, that was aboard Titanic.
All ages?
All ages.
Okay.
Right down to children. And, like one family was from going to Iron Mountain, and there was 6 of them in the family, and then they had 2 young girls with them, and they all perished, sadly. But many were going to Detroit, Dowagiac.
So all over the whole state's represented?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty cool.
One was going to Port Huron, and then we had one gentleman who also perished, but it was Bernie Whalen's uncle. And he was the 140th passenger recovered from the icy waters. So, yeah.
So you have a reason to celebrate. You've been working for a couple of years to get this recognition. You had to go through trials and tribulations of getting permissions and plaques and stuff. Where are we at?
The plaque is in production. This is what the plaque will look like, and we just got the base and got the base back, and it's been power coated. And then this will be attached to the base.
So you've got the names of all the passengers who perished.
Yes.
Who were from Michigan, and it's just a wonderful, unique memorial.
Yeah, absolutely. Michigan, like I said, did not have one. Many other states did. And it's 106 years since a tragedy happened, and so when we got the idea, we have our graphic artist, and she came up with this rendition. And
Kim, you designed that?
Yes,
yes, I did.
Yes, she did. So we kind of collaborated, and this is, she says, she liked that. And actually, if you look at the picture of the boat, I do believe that was your rendition of the boat too, wasn't it not? And they just tweaked it a little bit?
Originally, I had done an ink sketch of the boat, and they decided it might be a little easier for the clay model to be made from the actual photograph that I used.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So, yeah, but this is very
for
similar.
The plaque.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
This is very, very similar to what her rendition was. So, but the design was hers, and we're very lucky to have Kim on board for that.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's where we're at right now, and we just need to get approval for a little additional cement that we.
Which park is this going to be put into?
This is going to be put in Nautical Park.
Okay, Nautical Park is which one?
Right across from the inn on Water Street. That's where
the
propeller is.
That'll be a very good tourist attraction.
The last park on Water Street.
Yeah, it's the last park.
Okay. So there'll be some benches around it?
Yep, we just had a lady give us a check yesterday. She's buying a bench to honor her parents.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, so we need one more bench to be paid for. And then we pretty much got everything covered. We just have to get the cement poured, which that was donated by
good weather for that.
Yeah.
So Kim, you've been on this project for a couple years then?
Pretty much from the beginning, yes. It's been a pretty interesting ride.
Yes.
Yeah, we've gone through a lot of iterations as far as the design goes for the memorial itself. It's going to be a nice size. It's going to be almost a 3-foot diameter. It's going to be big, so you'll be able to see it. And it's going to be bronze, so you'll have that beautiful, just like you would on a ship's captain's wheel, the bronze on there. And we're going to have the knobs on there. They're going to be molded out of the brass too, so you actually want to go up and give it a squeeze, you can. I think that's going to be, yeah, exactly.
Good.
I think it's going to look really nice. It's gonna,
But that took some thought to make sure it's the right material, so it's not going to get damaged and.
Yeah, and to make sure I had the exact style of ship's wheel that was on the Titanic.
Oh yeah, I didn't even thought of that.
Titanic people are pretty particular about their specs.
We've met her.
Yes, yes. You have to make sure you've got the exact number of spindles and everything on there for it to be a Titanic ship's wheel.
Daniel, what is your involvement? You drive Miss Maggie?
I pretty much drive Miss Maggie. That's what I do. This is going to be a great addition to downtown Marine City. The amount of work these two ladies have put into this has just been phenomenal. I do want to point out, though, you said one thing. All of them didn't perish. 34 perished. 35 lived.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
The closest one that we've had live here was, as she said, Bert Johns, who he ended up moving to Port Huron and opening Bert's Tavern that was underneath the Blue Water Bridge.
Oh my God.
And he died sometime in the late 80s, but he told an interesting story to the Times-Herald where, as everybody was getting in the ships, or in the lifeboats, he panicked and he dove in a lifeboat and went under this woman's skirt. And they tried to get him out of there, but he just hung on to her ankles and she hung on to him, and he ended up being saved. But it's just, some of the stories are just phenomenal when you start talking about the people.
Yeah. You brought along a wonderful tribute to the Titanic that was put together by James Clary, recently passed. What a great guy and a lot of fun. Lived in the community for a long, long period of time. And it depicts, starting on the left here, what have we got? Just a ship coming?
Each one has, well, it's that night, number 1, and then 2, 3, and then 4. And then those are like razor sketches, I think they're called. And those themselves are worth a pretty good amount of money.
So Jim did this for you a number of years ago?
Actually, this was donated.
Yeah, it's a complete collage.
By the Stevensons of Marine City.
All the prints are numbered.
The Stevensons?
Stevensons of Marine City?
And all the prints are numbered like Kim said.
Wow, that's absolutely wonderful.
But it's a treasure.
Yes.
It's when it was donated, I was told it was worth about $1,200.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And we are raffling that off.
You're raffling this off?
Yes.
We are. It's a
my God.
fundraiser. And these tickets were $10 a piece, but we decided to do 3 for 10.
3 for 20.
3 for 20.
3 for 20?
Yes, 3 for 20.
Okay.
And the drawing will be about 2:30 on May 12th, the day of the dedication.
That was the, well, there's the picture there. So
Yeah.
that was good. And that was the next thing I was going to say. We're going to have the ceremony. We're going to have the raffle, but when is it?
May 12th.
Okay, we did talk about the park,
Yeah.
May 12th.
We're going to start out with kind of like a meet and greet breakfast for anybody who wants to get together, or like people that are coming in from out of town, or just people who want to hang out. We will be having probably about 4 or 5 historians, major historians, that are going to be here. George Behe, who is a very well-renowned person. Actually, one of his autograph book is going to be second place.
Yes.
Second place, somebody wins this is first, and then his book is second. If you ask pretty much anybody in the Titanic community throughout the world about George Behe, you'll hear nothing but good about him, and he is our historian. So he's going to be there. And then Floyd Andrick's going to be there. They both met about 14 to 18 of the survivors and became good friends with them. Ray Lapian, he's a rivet counter. He does everything with the boat. And then David Kaplan. Lynn Anderson's going to be doing her Ralph White lecture at 11 o'clock at the Mariner Theater. That's where we have it scheduled so far. And Ralph White was a cinematographer for James Cameron and many other dives. He has been down to the Titanic more than anybody else. And he died about 2008, and his daughter gave Lynn all his lecture material. He used to go around the country and do lectures. So Lynn's going to carry on the legacy, and she's doing his at 11 o'clock. Tickets are $8. And then we're going to have lunch, and then we're going to have the dedication at 2. And then at 3 o'clock, David Kaplan is going to do his lecture on what happened to the survivors. David Kaplan is a Titanic historian and a world traveler. He does the Titanic dinners at the Stafford Perry in Petoskey and also at the Grand Hotel. So that tells you how good he is. He's got the Grand Hotel. And he sells it out every time, every year. And then afterwards, we're going to get together and have dinner at the Fish Company, whoever wants to. We have reserved seating. So people have to, if they want to sit with some of the historians, they're going to have to let me know.
Make reservations.
But again, each lecture is $8. Am I forgetting anything?
I don't think so.
Oh, and we have one. We do have one more raffle too. There are 4 for $10, and it's collectible dolls. There's 2 collectible Titanic Franklin Mint dolls, and then 4 ensembles. And
you've really put together a package.
Well, we're trying. It's just all fundraising.
Yeah.
You know, but we have been extremely blessed. We've gotten almost everything donated.
Wonderful.
And that is just...
The businesses in town have been more than accommodating for us.
Yeah, and then they're all on our website on the current event page. On our old website, GreatLakesTitanicConnection.com. We are doing a new one, so I don't know where they'll take you when you get there, but...
We won't worry about that.
Yeah, but anyways, you can see who the donors were on that. And then we're going to have some kind of a acknowledgement. We're going to have a plaque there for the sponsors who donate over a certain amount, you know, later
Well, we
on.
salute you for all the work that you've done, and it's been a labor of love for you for a long, long time.
Yes. And we're supported by a lot of the big Titanic societies throughout the world.
Good.
So it's going to be on a Titanic map.
Oh, wonderful.
Throughout the entire world and in a book.
Oh, congratulations.
So good tourist attraction.
Let's go through the date again.
May 12th.
Okay, and it starts really all day. And where are you going to have the breakfast?
You know, have people just go to our Great Lakes Titanic Connection Facebook page. I think that's the easiest way to do it. And we're going to have programs.
We'll have programs at Roasted with Perks.
Yes.
That's going to be our welcome station.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to be there probably from 11 till about 2 or 3 on Friday and maybe till Saturday, I'm not quite sure, just to welcome people. I'm going to have this with me and
Sell tickets.
And we're going to sell tickets. Yeah, we got their permission. So anything else, Kimmy, you can think of?
I think you covered everything pretty well, actually.
Period costume is welcome. You know, I have a lady flying in from...
Gentleman over here is in period costume.
Yeah.
White Star Line, Titanic Lookout.
Yeah, so we have a couple people coming in from out of state. One's coming from Spokane, Washington, one from North Dakota. Huge Titanic people.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing the amount of people across America, international, the response that we've been getting.
Titanic City.
Yeah. Some of them couldn't make it, you know, some of the relatives. And I don't know if you want to talk real briefly with Paul about Bill Willard.
Oh, Bill Willard, well, it has nothing to do with what we're doing, but when we went down to Pigeon Forge last year, Bill Willard, he built the first unmanned submersible to go down to the Titanic. And we had a chance to meet him. Hopefully he's coming up here, but he had the submersible there. Just incredible to see and listen to these guys talk is amazing.
Yeah.
The ones that have been down to the Titanic and that, Jack Eaton and what's his buddy's
Charles
name?
Haas.
Charles Haas.
He's the president. TIS.
These
Good
guys
stuff.
have been great.
Yeah. So,
All righty, so if they need more information, they go to your website. Got to reserve the day and make sure you come and get a full line of information on the Titanic.
It'll be a whole Titanic day, right down to
little champagne toast.
the champagne toast after Maggie's event, and then the Titanic musical at the Riverbank Theater
right.
at the
That
end
tied
of the
in
day.
great,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So they can call ahead and get their tickets. I don't know if they're going to be sold out or not. We're going to do it's not going to be actual champagne. It's going to be the sparkling cider.
Right.
But we're going to have little toast. We're going to christen the
Beautiful.
the
Beautiful.
memorial. Yes. So. Yeah.
Maggie, and we
Yeah.
salute you for all your work.
Thank
You've been
you.
working on it. Kim,
Thanks.
glad they got you involved.
Hope you're there, Paul.
Yeah, we'll make
Yes,
a very
absolutely.
every attempt to get there.
Yes. Because it
All
is
right.
a historical event for Michigan and
Right.
our area. So.
Okay. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.